Online student, please check your audio and video settings, please. Online students, please check your audio and video settings, please. Everyone. It's good? Okay. Yeah, now listen. Everything is coming? Light problem? Call the admin. Can someone call the admin? Yes. Yeah. Today onwards, I'll try to use the notes which is already there, but I will add the extra points. Reason is, I want to give more subject in less time. So for that one, it's going to be mixed. Light ఏదో పడుతుందండి చూడు. That light? Light ఏదో. Yes. Okay. First of all, we are going to learn a design pattern called strategy design pattern. In that process, first we try to learn factory design pattern. After all, strategy design pattern internally uses what? Factory design pattern. First, we need to understand what is factory design pattern, then strategy design pattern. Before understanding all these design pattern, first let us understand what is a design pattern actually. Design pattern sounds like they are related to project designing, but actually not. It is related to coding of the project, implementation of the project. Design patterns are the set of rules that are given as best solutions for recurring problems of application development. What guys? Best solutions for recurring problems of application. If you follow those rules, whatever recurring problems are there, for all of them solutions will be applied. For all of them, what? Solutions will be applied. Pattern means repeatedly occurring one. Design pattern means what? A solution that is applied for recurring problem. A solution that is applied for what? A recurring problem. That is actually called design pattern. Let us try to understand by taking one real life scenario here. I'm feeling feverish. As an Indian mentality, whenever I feel feverish, either I will take rest or I will go to medical shop to get the medicine. But I never go to doctor directly. Right? So when you go to medical shop, you will get the medicine, you will consume the medicine, but no doubt you won't get relief from the problem. Because he gives only medicine. Medicine may work, may not work. Most of the time it will not work. After seeing 2-3 days, your family member, friend starts scolding you. Keeping that fear in mind, okay, anyhow all people are saying, let's go. Then you will go to doctor. Doctor will do lot of tests. After doing 2-3 tests, he says, he has written some medicine, but he has written that medicine along with antibiotic tablets. Antibiotic tablets. You have taken that medicine for 2-3 days. Yes, you got relief from the problem. You really got relief from the problem. No second thought in that, right? He really got relief from the problem. No second thought in that. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. He really got relief from the problem. No second thought in that, guys. Okay, that's great. But we'll think that doctor is great, but doctor is not great, guys. Medicines start working in the body because they are taken along with what? Antibiotics. Antibiotics improves immunity power in the body. When body is having immunity power, the main medicine starts working. Because of that, you started feeling relief from the problem. Yes, na boss? So that means main medicine is working in the support of antibiotics. Yes or no, na boss? So here, our regular languages, technologies, frameworks are like main medicine, boss. Okay, these antibiotic tablets are there, na? They are like design patterns. With the support of design pattern, we can use languages, technologies, framework more and more effectively as part of application development process. Whatever side effects are coming, whatever problems are occurring, all those problems can be what? Solved by taking the support of what? These design pattern. That's why look at the definition of design pattern, guys. Design patterns are set of rules that are given as what? Best solution for reoccurring problems of what? Application development or project development. Best solution for reoccurring problems of application development or project development. With the support of design pattern, we can use Java, any languages, technologies, framework more and more effectively. What, guys? More and more effectively. No second thought in that, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Right. So, if I use languages, technologies, frameworks straightforwardly, I may get some benefit, no doubt in that. But I may get some problems also. If I use languages, technologies, framework in combination with the design pattern, I can take the best support of languages, technologies, framework as part of application development process or not, guys. As part of project development process or not, guys. I want reply from you people, guys. Come on, everyone. Super. Design patterns are bunch of rules that acts as best solution for reoccurring problems of what? Application development. Design patterns are best practices to use programming languages, technologies, and framework effectively in what? Application development. So who actually designed, guys? Design pattern is not a subject or software to learn, guys. Senior developer, super senior developer noticed some problems. They applied some solution. Again, they bought problem. They applied solution. In that one, they picked up best solutions and documented. And those documented solutions for problems is nothing but what? Design patterns, boss. They are technically called as what? Design patterns. Someone switched on the camera. Can you switch off your camera, my dear? Whoever switched on the camera, please switch off. Okay, guys. So I hope you understood, guys. If you use languages, technologies, framework for software project development, you may develop the application project with having some side effects. In order to develop them in best manner by sorting out all the problems, okay, all the side effects, you have to take the support of design pattern. I'll tell one small thing, boss. I have a class. People are, but that class not having any member variables. When I create object, that object is not having any data, no state, no data. But I'm allowing people to create multiple objects for that class. They created 100 projects, 200 projects, 300 objects. Okay. But if you look at all these objects, guys, all these objects are same. All these objects are same without data, na boss? Say something, my dear. All these objects are same without data, na boss? Say something, my dear. So instead of creating multiple objects without data, it's better to create one object and use it for multiple times. So that means class should not allow programmer to create more than one object for class, na boss? to create more than one object for Java class or not, guys? Definitely. So if I can design a class that allows me to create only one object, not second, third, fourth object, only one object, not more than one object. So if I can develop class like that, can I call that class as singleton Java class, boss? So singleton Java class is the solution for a problem called creating multiple objects for a class without having state, and wasting memory is the problem or not, guys? What is the solution for that problem? Develop the class as singleton class. So that allows to create only one object. Since there is only one object, we try to use that object more effectively or no? What is the problem here? Problem is creating multiple objects for Java class with no data. What is the disadvantage of this problem? Memory wastage, lot of CPU time wastage. In Java, object creation is a costly affair, boss. That needs lot of memory, that needs lot of CPU time. When you are creating multiple objects with no data, definitely memory got wasted or not, guys? What is the solution for that problem? If they want also, they cannot create second, third, fourth objects for what? Class. They can create only first object and they need to reuse the first object. That is possible when you develop the Java class as what? Singleton Java class or not, guys? Like this, for different problem, different solutions are there. Some of them are best solutions, some of them are worst solutions, some of them are medium solution. But only best solutions are documented. They are called design pattern. Best solution for recurring problems of application development are called as what? Design pattern. Have a look on this. The senior or super senior developers documented problems and solution. In those solutions, the best solutions are called what? Design pattern. The best solutions are called what? Design pattern. Design pattern is always three-part principle. What principle, guys? A problem, a solution, a context. A problem, a solution, a context. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. The environment or situation in which problem will be raised and a solution will be applied is called context. See, guys, what is the problem? What is the solution? But when, in which context, in which situation problem is raised, in which situation that solution is applied, that matters, boss. That really what matter. Context also problem now. See, what is the problem? Creating multiple objects for Java class with no data is the problem. What is the solution? Singleton Java class. In which context this solution works or this problem rises? When multiple objects are created for Java class, then only problem rises. Okay. And when class is designed without member variable, then only that solution works. When member variables are there, if you say I will create only one object, time to time data is changing, means is it going to work out, guys? So situation where that problem rises, situation where that solution applies, that also matters or not, guys? Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super, guys. Why we need that? We need that to save the memory, boss. Instead of allowing programmer to create multiple objects and wasting the memory, killing the performance of the project, it's better to design such situation classes as what? Singleton classes or not, guys? I'll take one small example, guys. There is a predefined class called java.awt.desktop. That's actually predefined singleton class, guys. Why they have given as a singleton class? The object of desktop class The object of desktop class, tell me guys, the object of desktop class, the object of desktop class represent desktop of a computer. In one computer, how many desktops will be there, guys? One desktop, right? If we create 10 objects also, all of them should represent same, na boss? If we create 10 also, all of them should represent same desktop or not, guys? So it's better to create one object and use it for multiple times or not, guys? It's better to create one object and use it for multiple times or not, guys? Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. It's better to create one object and use it for multiple times or not? I want reply, my dear. Come on, everyone. Clear, my dear? Got the point, my dear? Come on. Super. So like this, a problem, a solution, in which context that solution works, okay, and solves the problem, that really matters or not, guys? Super, boss. Okay. Right. Okay. In Java, we generally see two types of design pattern, guys. Two categories of design pattern. Number one, Gang of 4 or GO4 design patterns. Number two, what is there, guys? Number two, where is this, guys? JWE design pattern. What patterns? Yeah, for core Java related things, guys. For standalone application related problems and to apply solution for that problem, we take the support of Ganga for design patterns, guys. Come on, everyone. Next. Okay, we got JWE pattern. For while developing advanced Java framework based big application, layered application, we take the support of what? JWE pattern. For standalone application, Ganga 4 pattern. For problems related to advanced Java framework based big application, we take the support of what? JWE patterns. Clear, my dear? Got the point, my dear? Come on. Only for standalone application, these design patterns can be applied. They are the solution for the problem, but they can be used only in standalone application, na boss? Given by 4 software engineers to use OOP languages more effectively in application development. I'll tell guys, 4 software engineers together analyzed the problem, documented the solution, initially documented 100 solution, later they cut down the solution count to whom? They cut down the solution count to 23. How many guys? 20. So they release it to the market. As on today, for any OOP language based standalone application development, Ganga 4 design patterns are known as what? Best design pattern. They address almost every problem that is related to standalone application development. These patterns are no way specific to Java. These are OOP language patterns, boss. They can be implemented in what? Any object-oriented programming language. Given by 4 software engineers to use OOP languages more effectively in application development. OOP languages means what? Object-oriented programming language. This design pattern can be implemented in what? Any OOP language. GO4 means what? Gang of 4. Nothing but what, guys? Gang of 4. Right. They actually found 23 pattern and released one book, guys. What is that? Elements of reusable object oriented software. And these are the 4 people who have written that book. till today, this book came another around 20 years back, but still today, these are considered best design pattern in any OOP language with respect to standalone application development. So gang of four means these four people: Eric Gama, Richard Helm, Rolf Johnson, John Wisdels. John Wisdels. Total are there na boss? Nearly 23 design patterns are given in this category. Some of them are singleton class, factory pattern, strategy pattern, abstract factory pattern, bridge pattern, right? Decorator pattern and etc. How many total are there? 23 are there. Okay, boss. How they got the thoughts, sir? Okay. Everything started in 1970s, boss. In 1970, there is a fellow called Christopher Alexander. He is a civil engineer. He got 50 plus years of experience in civil engineering industry. He has released one book, Best Practices of Civil Engineering, and it has become a huge hit in these 1970s and 80s because he has given all best practices to follow towards what? Construction industry. For dam construction, what are the best practices? For building construction, what are the best practices? He has documented and released it, and it has become masterpiece in 80s up to 80s and 90s. In 90s, software revolution started na boss. Especially object-oriented programming languages got started now, boss. Come on. At that time, who has read that book, who has noticed that book popularity, these four people thought that why don't we give same best solution for software industry? In that process, initially they found 100 problem. They released 100 solution as 100 design pattern. But people started commenting, Array, one way you promoted as solution that is looking like a problem in another way. These many solution very meaningless. Okay, then after review, after revision, after review and what? Revision. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. After review and revision, they realized. They literally, solidly what? Realized. Okay, 23 patterns are enough. Okay, 100 are not required. So they released as what? Gang of four pattern. So they only named those design patterns as what? Gang of four patterns. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. So that is about gang of four patterns. So they can be implemented in any programming language of type OOP, object-oriented programming. Next, what we got, guys? JWE patterns. What patterns, my dear? Okay. Since JWE module and its technologies are given to develop web application and its distributed applications as what? Layered application. These patterns are given as what? Best solution for solving what? Reoccurring problems of layered application like web application and what? Distributed application. Okay, now listen. Using JWE technologies and Java framework, are we going to develop standalone application or big applications? Layered application. What do you mean by layered application? Don't keep all logics in single class or file. Keep different logics in what? Different classes or files and make them talking to each other. And simply make them talking to each other. Are you getting my point there, guys? Simply make them talking to each other. That is called layered application. Layered application is like 4 BHK flat or not, guys? JWE and frameworks are known for developing web application, distributed application as a layered applications, na boss. In this layered application also problems may occur, na boss. Addressing these problems, solutions are required or not required. And these solutions are called what? Design pattern. These solutions are called what? Design pattern. I hope you convinced, boss. Okay. Since these are there addressing the problems related to JEE technology, JEE framework related application development, they named these things as what? JEE patterns. What patterns, boss? I hope you got it, guys. Come on, everyone. Nearly 20 plus design patterns are given as what? JEE pattern. These patterns must be implemented only in what? Java JEE environment. You cannot implement outside Java because these are given based on JEE technologies and frameworks. Come on. So you cannot think about implementing what? Outside Java. Is that clear, my dear? Come on. DAO, data access object. Next, front controller. Next, business delegate, and etc. Are many 20 plus are there, guys. Gang of four patterns are basic pattern. JEE patterns are what? Advanced pattern. Gang of four patterns are related to what? Core Java standalone application pattern. JEE patterns are related to what? Advanced Java frameworks based what? Modern, latest design pattern, guys. They are called what? Latest design. Keeping different category logics in different classes or files and making them interacting with each other is called what? Layered application development. Standalone application is like what? Bachelor room. Layered application is like what? 4 BHK. Standalone means everything in same place, guys. Layered application means different logics in different classes. We make them talking with each other or not, guys. Super, guys. Tell me here. Core Java patterns. Where these are? Where these are? JEE and JEE and Java frameworks patterns. Right, guys? Come on, everyone. DAO, data access object. Next, front controller. Next, business delegate. Next, what? Business delegate. Gang of four pattern can be used along with what? JEE pattern in layered application. Layered up array. One design pattern can use another design pattern. JEE patterns can use what, guys? Gang of four pattern. Definitely possible, guys. Okay, let me add these comments, guys. One design, in the implementation of one design pattern, we can take the support of another design pattern. One design pattern, we can take the support of, what is this? Another design pattern. Yes. In the implementation of JEE patterns, we can take the support of in the implementation of JEE patterns, we can take the support of, what is that, guys? We can take the support of, we can take the support of Gang of four pattern. Gang of four pattern. Okay, first you feel it. Layer is a logical or physical partition having certain category logic. Presentation layer contains presentation logic. Persistence layer contains what? Persistence logic. Okay, next one. Here presentation logic means what? UI logics, na boss. Presentation logic means what? UI logic. Persistence layer means persistence logic. Nothing but JDBC logics na boss. JDBC logics. That is database manipulation logic boss. Database manipulation logic. So have a go. What is the difference between architecture and design pattern? Listen carefully. Don't read until I complete my explanation. While attending classes, when I open ready-made document or enhance document to enhance, don't read and satisfy yourself. First listen my explanation. Anyhow, I will read along with you people. That time you concentrate on content. Okay na? Till that time focus on my explanation. Architecture talks about end-to-end designing of the application or project development. Various classes, their designing, their interaction, everything is called an architecture. While developing logics in each class, you may get some side effects. You may get some performance issues related effects. To sort out that problems, whatever solutions we apply, they are called design pattern. Whatever solutions we apply, they are called design patterns. Are you getting my point there or not? Come on, my dear. I hope you convinced with me or not, guys. Whatever problems that are occurring, whatever solutions we are applying, they are called what? Design patterns. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Okay, now listen. End-to-end building construction process is called building architecture. Yes, na boss? To construct the wall, whether I should use small bricks or big bricks. If I use small bricks, more time is required, more energy is required, more labor is required. If I use big floating bricks, less time required, less energy, less labor is required. So that means instead of small bricks, working with big bricks is what? Instead of small brick, moving to what? Big brick is the solution for the problem or not, guys? Can I call it as design pattern, boss? Super. Total building plan is nothing but building architecture. That is like architecture of the project. Okay, I want to carry a lot of material from ground floor to 10th floor. What, guys? Ground floor to 10th floor. Listen carefully, guys. From which floor to which floor, guys? Ground floor to 10th floor. Two options are there. Keep the labor, okay, by giving separate payment. Okay, every day their work is what? Carrying the raw material from first floor to 10th floor through staircases which are not properly completed. There is a possibility of what? Security issues. Danger is there, na boss? And lot of time also required. Lot of money also required or not there. Instead of that, if you can arrange one small, what is that? Lift kind of thing. Small lift, temporary lift, boss, right? Or small crane kind of thing. Nowadays in big construction crane they are keeping, right? So with less money, more work can be done all the 365 days or not, guys? That too, daytime workers will come, they do their work using raw material. Nighttime, that lift operator alone or along with a team of people can keep the material ready in the certain floor where they are expecting or not, guys. So work also will be done very fastly or not, guys. So keeping the labor to carry raw material from ground floor to given floor is the problem. Solution is what? Working with a crane or what? Temporary lift. That is solution for the problem. Can I say that's a design pattern or not, guys? That is definitely can be identified as design pattern or not. I want reply, guys. Yeah. Architecture gives end-to-end plan to design and develop the application. While writing each section of logic in certain architecture-based application development, we use a different design pattern to solve the reoccurring problem. We use a different design pattern to solve the reoccurring problem. So end-to-end plan of project development is an architecture. But while writing each section of logic, we get the problem. So the solution, the best solution to solve those problems is called what? Design pattern. Is definitely called as what? Design pattern. Are you getting my point there, guys? MVC is an architecture to develop Java web application end to end. MVC means model view controller. What, guys? Model view control. Model is one layer where we write the business logic. View is one layer where we write what? Persistence logic. Sorry, presentation logic. Controller is one layer where we write monitoring logic, controlling logic, supervising logic, guys. While writing model layer logic, we use business delegate, DAO, and etc. design pattern. While writing view layer logic, we use what? Composite view, view helper, and etc. design pattern. While writing controller layer logic, we use what? Front controller, application controller, and etc. design patterns. Are you getting my point there, guys? Convinced with me, my dear? I want reply, my dear. While writing logics of each layer, we take the support of different design patterns or not, guys? So here M for model. Model layer means M. V for view. C for controller. C for what? Controller. Are you getting my point there, guys? Online student, am I loud and clear? So MVC is an architecture to develop various applications as a layered application. While developing each layer logic, problems will come na? To sort out the problem, whatever the best solutions we apply, can we call them as design patterns, boss? Can we happily call them as design patterns, my dear? Come on, everyone. Can we happily call them as design patterns or not, guys? Similarly, microservice is an architecture to develop what? Modern application as a layered application. But to solve various problems that are coming in that process, we have design patterns like API gateway, circuit breaker, saga pattern. Okay, like this, there are also microservice design patterns are there. For different architectures, different problems will come. To solve the problems of those architecture, we have design patterns. Yes, na boss? Okay, architecture is a superset, design pattern is a subset. Architecture is a superset, design pattern is what? Subset. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super, guys. Tell me here, what is this? Architecture. Okay. In the development of microservice architecture, microservice architecture project, we use design patterns like API gateway, circuit breaker, and etc. API gateway, circuit breaker, and etc. API gateway, circuit breaker, and etc. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Okay. So architecture is a superset of design pattern, my dear. Come on. Super. So this is the introduction about the design pattern. Can I ask a few queries? Tell me. Design pattern is related to coding of the project or designing of the project? Designing of the project. Developer are learning means they are related to coding only, na? Don't be cheated by name, Rababu. Design patterns are related to coding of the project. Why they named as design pattern? They are designed to solve reoccurring problems of project development. Reoccurring means pattern of problem, certain pattern of problem, date pattern. How date is expected, that is called date pattern. DDMMYY, date pattern. So if I give pattern, all dates should be there in the same thing, na boss? Reoccurring problem, repeatedly occurring problem. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Not. Design patterns are related to project coding or implementation. Project coding or implementation. They are no way related to. They are no way related to. Yeah. Where is that, guys? They are no way related to project designing. Yes, my dear? Okay. So now we are going to take up our first design pattern. That is what? Factory design pattern. What is that, guys? Factory design. Okay, now listen, guys. Factory design pattern internally uses factory method. Factory design pattern internally uses what? Factory method. Can we start understanding first what is factory method, guys? Then we'll understand factory design pattern. Factory method is a method that creates and returns Java object directly or what? Indirect. That create and return Java object directly or indirectly. That's fine. Factory method can return either its own class object or relevant class object or unrelated class object. Are you getting my point? Some factory method return their own class object. Some factory method return related class object. Some factory method returns unrelated, but all are factory. So any method that is capable of creating and returning object is called factory method or not, guys? Thread T is equal to thread dot current thread of. Okay, guys. Thread dot current thread of. It is returning its own class object or not, guys? Super. Calendars CL is equal to calendar dot get instance. Actually, it looks like it is returning calendar class object. Actually, calendar is an abstract class. Can we create and return object for abstract class, boss? No. Can we create and return object for abstract class, boss? No, not at all, right? No, not at all. Are you getting my point there or not there? Can we create and return object for abstract class, guys? But how can you refer with calendar, sir? Actually, it is returning Gregorian calendar class object. But tell me, boss, superclass reference variable can refer one of its subclass object or not, guys? In that process, calendar CL pointing to Gregorian calendar class object is worth statement or not, guys? Here, tell me, boss. Tell me, boss. It is returning its own class object or relevant class object? subclass object, nothing but relevant class object or not, guys. Returning relevant class object, that is Gregorian calendar class object. Gregorian calendar is the subclass of what? Calendar, which is nothing but an abstract class. Super, guys. Array list AL is equal to new array list of string S is equal to AL dot toString. There is no link between array list and string, but toString method is returning string class object now, boss. Can I call this one as what? Returning irrelevant class object or not, guys? Unrelated class object or not, guys? Any method that is capable of creating and returning object is called factory method. Array. Factory means manufacture something. Factory method also creates and returns some object. It can return its own class object, relevant class object, and unrelated class object. What object, guys? Unrelated class object. Getting my point, guys? This pattern provides abstraction while creating and returning one of the several related class object based on the data that is passed. To make several classes as related classes, we need to see them implementing what? Either common interface or extending from what? Common superclass. Extending from common superclass. Are you getting my point there, guys? This is my common interface. This is my what? Common superclass. Everyone getting my point here, guys? Car factory creates and returns car object based on the model name we pass by providing abstraction on what? Car object creation. What is factory pattern? Factory pattern internal uses factory method. It returns one of the several related class object based on the data we pass. If I pass X, X related object, Y, Y related object, Z related object. Car factory, real example, gives the car object. But every time same car? No. If I pass model name Bellino, it will give Bellino car na, boss. If I pass model name as what? Swift, it will give me Swift car na, boss. If I pass model name as what? Ridge, it will give me Ridge car na, boss. So if you feel Maruti Suzuki company is a factory, based on the model name we pass, it is returning one of the related class objects or not, guys? How to make all these classes as related classes? By seeing them implementing common interface or extending from common superclass or not, guys? By seeing them implementing what? Common interface or seeing them extending from common superclass or not, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Super, guys. Car factory creates and returns car object based on the model name we pass by providing abstraction on car object numbers. We approach Maruti Suzuki company. We tell the model name. They return the car. Are they telling how they create the car, guys? How they manufacture the car? What technique they have used to manufacture the car, boss? No. You are approaching me and choosing one subject out of multiple subjects I can teach, right? They are choosing one subject out of multiple subjects I can teach. So happily, boss, I deliver the subject. But am I going to bother you people how I learned this subject, where I learned this subject? No, na, boss. Same thing. Car factory, biscuit factory gives the biscuit. Based on the name of the biscuit we type, it creates and returns biscuit object or not, guys? It simply creates and returns biscuit object or not, guys? I want reply, my dear. Super, guys. Okay, now tell me next one. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. I think everyone knows little bit of JDBC. There we pass URL, username, password kind of things are not, guys. Okay, that's good. If I pass Oracle related URL, username, password, I will get the connection object pointing to Oracle database. If I pass MySQL related username, password, I will get the connection object pointing to MySQL database software. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Got the clarity or not? I want reply from you people. Super. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Provides abstraction on creating and returning. Creating and returning. What is that? JDBC connection object. Creating and returning JDBC connection object for certain database software based on URL, database user, password details we pass. Based on, what is there, guys? Based on, okay, URL, database user, password details we pass. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. If we pass URL, database, username, password details with respect to whom? Oracle database software, then returns what? JDBC connection object pointing to Oracle database software. Say something, my dear. If we pass MySQL related information, it returns JDBC connection object pointing to MySQL database software or not, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply from you people. Every factory pattern internally uses one static factory method having logic of factory pattern. Nothing but what? Creating and returning one of the several related class objects based on the data that is passed or not, guys. Are very simple, Raghav. Factory method says I can create and return any class object. Come on. I can create and return any class object. What? Who says? Factory method. Who says that statement? Factory pattern. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Right. The developers whose factory pattern. The developer who use factory pattern by calling what? Static factory method with data on factory plus gets two benefits. Number one, it can choose one of the several related class object based on the data we pass. Number two, he is least bothered about how object is created. Abstraction on object creation process or not, guys. He called the method, he got the object. Did he bother about how that object is actually created? You look at driver manager dot get connection, boss. If I pass Oracle URL, Oracle username, password, I will get the connection object pointing to Oracle database. Number one, I am getting one of the several connection object based on the information we passed or not, guys. Number two, I call the method, I got the object. Which object? Connection object. Am I bothered about how exactly it is creating connection object internally? Am I really bothered how exactly this object is created internally, boss? How exactly this object is created internally, my dear? Come on. I want reply from you people. Come on, guys. Got the clarity, my dear? Super. Choosing class from several related classes based on the data that is being passed. That's great. Abstraction, hiding details on object creation and returning process. It is happily, you asked object, it is giving object. Are you bothered about how that object is really created, guys? So factory pattern, two benefits. Number one, you pass the data, based on the data you pass, it is creating and returning one of the several related class object. But you are least bothered about how that object is actually created. Let us assume factory pattern is developed by someone, factory pattern used by someone. The person who is using factory pattern, he just calls the method, gets the object. Is he bothered about how that object is created? And is going to get one of the several related class object based on the data that is passed or not? All these are going to be very, very interesting or not, guys? Super boss. Most of the other design pattern internally use the support of what? Factory pattern. Okay, now listen. What is the difference between factory method, factory pattern? One line statement. Factory pattern internally uses factory method. But that is not the correct answer. Factory method says I can create and return any class object. I can create and return same class object, relevant class object, irrelevant class object. Come on, guys. Relevant class object. Factory pattern says, based on the data you pass, I'm going to create and return one of the related classes object. What is that, guys? One of the related classes object. Are you getting my point there or not? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Factory pattern internally uses factory method and creates, comma, returns one of the several related class object based on the data that is being passed. Based on the data that is being passed. Are you getting my point, guys? Super. Factory method creates and returns any class object. Current class or related class or what? Unrelated class. Factory pattern uses factory method but returns what? One of the several related class object based on the data that is passed. I hope you convinced it with me, guys. Okay, what is the final conclusion? Factory pattern internal uses factory method, but factory method actually can return any class object, same class, related, unrelated. But the factory method that is used in factory pattern always going to return what? One of the several related class object, that too based on the data that is passed. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, for example, you take this, guys. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot cut connection, Oracle details. Oracle URL, database username, password. I will get the connection object. Come on. Pointing to Oracle. Okay, look at the class of that connection object. Let us assume that class name is some X. That X is implementing connection interface or not, guys? Same method I called MySQL URL database username password. You will get connection object pointing to MySQL, guys. Say something, my dear. You will get the connection object pointing to MySQL or not, guys? Perfect means perfect, right? You will get the connection object pointing to MySQL. Okay, now tell me now here. Let us assume its class name is Y. Okay, this X class, Y class, both commonly implement connection interface. That's why I'm able to refer this connection object by using connection interface reference variable or not, guys? By simply using connection interface reference variable or not, guys? Everyone getting my point there, guys? Okay. Use JDBC connection object pointing to Oracle database software. What software, guys? Okay. Use JDBC connection object pointing to MySQL database software. Yes, now, my dear, come on. Okay. Both these connection object classes are related classes because both of them implement what? Common connection interface, right, boss? Okay, my theory is now matching na. Factory pattern returns one of the several related class object based on the data that is passed. It is returning connection object for Oracle. It is returning connection object for MySQL. Both both connection object related classes are implementing common connection interface or not, guys? Common connection interface or not, guys? Super, guys. The classes of both these JDBC connection objects are related classes because they implement common interface called what? Java.sql.connection interface. Java.sql.connection interface. Are you getting my point? So that means there are already every method in JDBC is a factory pattern, boss. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Number one, based on the URL username passed, it is creating and returning connection object. Point to be noted. Am I worried about how that connection object is created? But based on the URL data I pass, we are getting connection object pointing to different database software. Okay, now look at statement st is equal to con dot create statement. Your calling method, you are getting statement object. Number one, am I bothered about how that statement object is internally created? We are just calling method getting object or not, guys? Factory pattern, boss. Results at rs is equal to st dot execute query of some query. I am calling method, I am getting results at object. Again, I am getting abstraction on object creation process or not, guys? Factory method or factory pattern mostly be static method, but not mandatory. That means it can be taken as what? Static or what? Non-static. It can be taken as what? Static or non-static. But before that, most of the JDBC statements are what? Most of the JDBC statements are what? I want reply, my dear. Factory state, factory patterns, boss. Yeah. Most of the statements in JDBC are factory pattern statement because they create and return objects by providing abstraction on object creation process. What process, guys? By providing abstraction on object creation process. By providing abstraction on what? Object creation process. Yes, boss. Okay, tell me now. Example 1. Statement, what is there? st is equal to con dot create statement. Con dot create statement. Perfect, guys. Come on, everyone. Next, example 2. Result set rs is equal to st dot execute query. Here we have to pass the query na, boss. Here we definitely need to pass the query na, my dear. Come on, everyone. Here we definitely need to pass the query na, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Super. Okay. Factory pattern is a class that is having What is factory pattern actually, sir? It's a class that is having what? Static or non-static factory method. Having logics to create and return one of the several related class object based on the data that is being passed. Based on the data that is being passed. In JDBC programming, most method calls that are giving JDBC objects are what? Factory patterns. What patterns, guys? In JDBC programming, most method calls that are giving JDBC objects are what? Factory patterns. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. Factory pattern with the static factory method. Connection con driver manager dot get connection, right? Factory pattern with a non-static factory method. It's a static method or non-static method? Results at RS is equal to, come on guys. Results at RS is equal to RS dot. Factory pattern with a non-static factory method or not, guys? That means entire JDBC code is what? Except con dot close. Remaining almost all the statement what we use every day are based on factory pattern. Observe anywhere your calling method getting object. Are you bothered how that object is created? And based on the data we pass, it is giving one of the several related class objects or not, guys? If I pass Oracle URL, Oracle connection object, MySQL URL, MySQL connection object, PostgreSQL URL, PostgreSQL connection object, that means that is giving one of the several related class objects. It is creating and returning that object internally. Am I bothered about how that object is created? Okay, look at this statement. Connection con is equal to create statement, giving me statement object. Point number one. If that connection points to Oracle, statement object also points to Oracle only, na? If that connection points to MySQL, statement object also points to MySQL, na boss? That means database to database class name is changing na for statement also. That means it is also giving one of the several related class objects, na boss? Are we bothered about how that statement object is created internally? That means we are getting abstraction on object creation process or not, guys? We are getting abstraction on object creation process or not, guys? Super. Results at RS is equal to st.execute query. Where is this? Select star from EMP. Factory pattern with non-static factory method. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Factory pattern with non-static factory method. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, guys. I hope you understood my basic theory was. But how can you make certain classes as related classes? If I can make all classes implementing common interface or extending from common super class, right? I can say them they are related classes, na boss? How can you say all JDBC connection objects are classes are related classes? The classes of different JDBC connection objects implement common java.sql.connection interface or not, guys? How can you say all JDBC statement object classes are what? Related classes. The classes of different JDBC statement object implement what? Common interface called java.sql.statement or not, guys? Java.sql.statement or not, guys? I want reply, my dear. Super, boss. Okay, let's see what we can do here, guys. Here I'll write comment, then we will go for application development. To make several classes implementing, what is this? Common interfaces. What interfaces? Interfaces. We need to make them. We need to make those classes. Okay, 1 minute. Several classes as related classes. What classes, guys? Related classes. We need to make those classes implementing, what is there? Common interfaces or extending from common superclass. Common superclass. Yes. Next one, guys. All the classes of different JDBC connection objects are related classes because they are implementing common interface called java.sql.connection interface. Java.sql.connection interface. The classes of different JDBC statement objects are related classes because they are implementing what? Common interface called java.sql.statement interface. What interface, guys? Statement interface. Convinced, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super, boss. Okay. Now listen carefully. I'm going to take everything user defined, guys. Check it out. Core Java project to SRC folder. com.nt.component. Package name is component. Any reusable class or interface is called component, guys. Come on. Bike, I am taking common interface. Sports bike, electrical bike, bullet bike, standard bike. Total, how many bikes I have taken? 4 bikes. How can I make these 4 bikes as related classes, guys? By making them implementing what? By making them implementing what? Come on, everyone. Common interface called bike na, boss. By making them implementing common interface called bike, my dear. Come on. Implementation classes of bike interface. So we can say these are related classes. So we can say these are what? Related classes. Okay. Bike factory pattern. Bike factory pattern test.java client application. Everyone please focus. Let us assume all these classes bike factory developed by developer 1. Developer 2 is developing client application. So the person who is developing client application, he just calls what, guys? Bike factory dot method get instance get bike and passes what? Sports as the input value. It creates and returns sports bike object to the client application or not, guys. And it makes client application fellow not to bother about how that sports bike class object is created. Abstraction on object creation process. Number 2, though there are so many bikes, it is creating and returning one of the several related class objects, na boss. It is creating and returning one of the several related class object or not. I want reply, my dear. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Super, guys. So that means we are going to enjoy two key principles of factory pattern in this example or not, my dear. Okay, once again, let us assume all logics are developed by developer 1, client application developed by developer 2. So now developer 2 enjoying the factory pattern or not, we have to check. Number 1, factory bike factory dot get an instance of E typed electric. E typed what? Electric. He passed electric as the argument value. He will get electric bike class object now, boss. He will get electric bike class object or not, guys? Super. Okay. Easy bother about how that object is created? No. Everything is taken care by factory. That means object, we are getting abstraction on object creation. Though there are so many bikes, it is returning one of the several related class bikes are not, guys. One of the several related class objects are not, guys. I want reply, my dear. Okay, boss. Okay, now listen. Factory pattern is a class having factory method. I want to ask one simple question here. Factory pattern is a class having factory method. Okay. One method can have one return type or lots of return types. Only one return type. So the factory method that is there in factory pattern class, bike factory class, should return one or other bike class object. But there are how many bike classes? 4. Per one method can have one return type or 4 return types. Then factory method return type should be what, sir? Sport bike, electric bike, bullet bike, standard bike. Not a specific class. You have to keep the common thing for all the classes. What is the common thing for all the 4 classes, guys? What is the common thing for all the 4 classes, guys? Bike is the common thing for all the 4 classes, right, my dear? Bike is the common thing for all the 4 classes. What do you say, my dear? So you have to take bike as the return type of the method or not, guys? So one simple statement, guys. Java method return type is interface. Don't think that method has to create and return interface object. Can we create object for interface, my dear? No. Method has to return one implementation class object of the interface or not, guys? The method has to create and return one implementation class object of the interface or not, guys? Super. If Java method return type is what? If Java abstract class, do you think method returns abstract class object, guys? No. Method return one subclass object of that abstract class as the return value or not, guys? One subclass object of that abstract class as the return value or not, guys? Super. Okay, next one. If Java method return type is what? If Java method return type is what? I want reply, my dear. Normal class. What class, guys? Okay. Method can return either normal class object or one of its what? Subclass object. The factory method of factory pattern will have specific class as the return type, a common interface or common superclass as the return type. I hope you convinced with me, my dear. Three important statement on method return type. If Java method return type is an interface, then method returns what? One of its implementation class object as the return value. If Java method return type is an abstract class, then method returns what? One of its subclass object as the return value. If Java method return type is what? A concrete class, then method returns what? Either that concrete class object or one of its subclass object as the return value. either that concrete class object or one of its subclass object as the return value. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes, boss. Shall we start implementation, guys? At least packages creation we can do today, right? Okay, let's start the work. Right. Where is this? 515. Say launch. File new. Where is this? Project. Right, guys? File new project. What is a project? Java project. What is there? IOC pros 06. IOC pros 06. Core Java. This is core Java project only. What is there? Factory pattern. What is the agenda, sir? Second project is going to be very lengthy one, guys. First, I'll teach what is factory pattern. See, what is the problem in factory pattern? Are a programmer knowing each process of each object creation for every class is complex, na? What is the solution? Okay, develop a factory pattern. Give to client. Client calls the method, he gets the object. Based on the data he pass, he will get one of the several related class object without worrying about which class object it is creating, how it is created. So definitely is enjoying the abstraction over there or not there. Core Java factory pattern. Oh, this is not. First we have to select what, guys? Java project. Say next. Say paste. Don't select this checkbox. Say next. Say finish. Say next. Say finish. Open Prospectiva. No. IOC pros. Core Java factory pattern. Okay, this is a core Java project. Is there any need of adding any jar files, Spring jar files? No. Since it's a core Java project, there is no need of adding any jar file, right? Okay, that's great. Yeah, tell me now. Right click, new, what is there? Package. Com dot nt dot factory. com.nt.factory. Array, first of all, I need to take the components now, boss. Okay. com.nt.component. Any reusable class is called component. Yes, boss. Next, new package com.nt.client application or main class. Here we are going to test the factory, boss. Here we are going to test the factory. Comfortable, guys? Right. So first go to components, guys. Right click, new interface. What's the interface I'm taking? Bike. What's the interface I'm taking? Bike. Here is my what? Public wide drive the bike. Simple one method I am taking. Public wide drive. Okay, that's abstract method. That's great. Here I am taking different classes, my dear. This is my bike.java. What dot Java? Bike dot. New, what is there? Class. New class. Where is this? Electric bike dot Java. Okay. Electric bike dot Java. Super boss. Here is my implements bike. Add unimplemented methods. What methods, guys? Add unimplemented methods. Perfect, guys. Tell me here, what is this? At the rate component. Oh, sorry. No spring touch today. Okay. Electric bike. I'll add constructor over here. Where is that constructor? Electric bike. Yeah. Sys trace. Zero param constructor. What guys? Zero param constructor. Here I will write driving electric bike. Sys trace. What is there? Driving electric bike. Driving electric bike. File save as. What guys? File save as. Next. Sports bike. Sports bike. Yes, here also I should take sports bike. Here also I should take sports bike. Driving sports bike. What bike guys? Sports. File save as. File save as. Tell me now here. Standard bike. Regular office bike guys. Standard bike. Here is my standard bike. In this place, what is there? Standard bike. Standard bike. What is there? Standard bike. Driving standard bike. Driving what guys? Standard bike. Everyone getting my point there guys? Come on everyone. Got the clarity my dear? So we are having different bike classes here or not guys? That's great. Yes, here I am developing factory pattern boss. Yeah. What is this? Bike factory. What is there guys? Bike factory. Here is my bike factory dot Java. What is there? Factory pattern. What pattern guys? Factory pattern. Yes. Static factory method having factory pattern logic. What do you mean by factory pattern logic boss? Returning one of the several related class objects now boss. One of the several related classes objects. Public, tell me guys. Bike, get instance, string type, public static. Why static guys? People are not interested to create object for bike factory, but they want to call this method. How to call the method without creating object? People needs to call this method in order to get the desired object. But are they interested to create object for bike factory? But how to make people calling method without object creation? That is what they done in driver manager.get connection. People are interested in driver manager class object? No. But they want to call get connection method. That's why in driver manager class they have given get connection as what? Static method or not. They call the method, they got the connection object. So in this one, is there any need of driver manager class object, boss? Public static bike. Public static bike. Come on. Public static bike get in stance string type. What is there? String type. String type. And tell me, if written one of the several related bike class objects, if type equals ignore case, if type equals ignore case, sports. Yeah, listen what I am going to do. I will take bike is equal to null. Our interface reference variable can refer its implementation class object now, boss. Super. Now listen, bike is equal to new sports bike. I may use a new operator with 1 param, no param, 10 param, but this is up to factory only. The person who is calling this method in the client application, did he bother about that? That's why don't think that factory and client are done by both one fellow. See, someone else given driver manager dot get connection. So we are calling it and we are enjoying the abstraction or not, guys. Someone is given create statement method on connection object. We are calling and we are enjoying abstraction of statement object creation or not, guys. Else if type equals ignore case, type equals ignore case. What is there, guys? Type equals ignore case. What is that? Electric. Any name you can give. Bike is equal to new electric bike of. Else if type equals ignore case. And what is there? Standard. Bike is equal to new standard bike. Else throw new. What is this? Illegal argument exception. Invalid bike. If anything else is there, I am throwing it or not, guys. Okay. At the end, return bike. What is there, guys? Return bike. I am returning bike class object or not, guys. That's great. Yeah, let us assume up to this developer one developed. Okay, now someone else is using. Driver manager is predefined. Someone developed it. We are enjoying abstraction of creating connection object by calling its method or not, guys. Similarly, let us assume developer 2 came into picture. He want to use this factory and he want to enjoy the abstraction of creating bike object, right? Yeah, factory pattern test. Here is what? Main method. What method, guys? Main. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Get bike object. What object, guys? Get bike. Simply try to get the bike object. Tell me here what is this? Bike is equal to bike factory dot get instance of sports. Okay. bike dot drive. So he's going to drive sports bike or not, guys? Okay, same bike. Bike factory dot get instance of electric. Bike dot drive. Are you getting my point there or not there? Right click, run as Java application. See, first sport bike object is created, driving sports bike. Electrical bike object is created, driving this one. Let us assume client application developer is what? Another developer. He's just calling method, getting object and using that object to call the other methods or not. Is enjoying abstraction on object creation process or not? Is getting his choice object by passing the data, number one. And you don't even know what is the class he's going to get also. But he's still referring object and he's calling another method on that object. See, boss. Bike factory dot get instance of sports. Is getting sports class, sports bike object. Come on, my dear. But he's bothered about the class name? Huh? No. But he's getting. Not only getting, he can call the methods on it. That means he's getting one of the several related class object based on the data he passed without knowing about the class name of the object. And moreover, he is totally unaware of how object that is actually created. That means he's enjoying abstraction on object creation process or not, guys. I hope you are able to feel both the things practically here or not, guys. Sir, why this method is taken as what? Public method. Array, I want to create, I want to use factory method outside the class. I want to call the factory method outside public. Why static? Array, people should be in a position to call this method without object. Why return type bike? This method can return 4 bike objects or 3 bike class object. But method can have only one return type. So common type is what? Bike interface. But since return type is interface, it is going to create and return bike class object? No. It is going to return one of its several implementation class object. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super. Yes. Can I upload the my notes, guys? 5:30 p.m. Save this. Still not over. Tomorrow when we meet, next class when we meet, I'm going to talk about strategy design pattern. I hope everyone clear on factory design pattern. Factory design pattern uses factory method. Factory method uses factory pattern. What is the difference between factory method or factory design pattern? Normal factory method. Normal factory method can return any class object. Same class or different class or unrelated class. Yes, na boss. Factory method or factory method returns one of the several related class object. That too based on the data we pass. In that process, it provides abstraction on object creation process. Are you able to feel it, my dear? Save the document once again. I'm happily going slow. In the entire day, I covered only one pattern. That is what? Factory pattern. You are in the psychological feeling, it is going fast. And if you don't understand this core Java code also, first sit in core Java, then come for Spring classes. Whoever said online, am I going speed, guys? Yes. Whatever time I used to spend earlier for typing, that also I am spending for what? Explanation. If you observe today, I have explained same line for 3-4 times. Especially factory pattern is having 2 benefits. It creates and return one of the several related class object based on the data we pass. It provides abstraction on what? Object creation process. Guys, if you are in the psychological feeling, I am helpless. I am going very slow compared to any other day. I know this is the day one of what? Using ready-made notes. You will feel bit uneasy. But it does not mean I am going speed. I am using time more for explanation, repetition, giving different examples. Still you are in the psychological feeling, your karma. I cannot help you. Okay. Spring core. Anyone is still feeling I am going speed? Yeah. Right click. See, because of notes that we are using, this is also prepared by me. For previous batch, I prepared few topics like this, few topics like this. Otherwise, in the typing only 50% of classroom time will be wasted. We cannot move the topic forward, right? That too, when I'm typing, you people are feeling bored. I noticed that. Okay. Yeah, what happened, guys? 5:30 p.m. Spring Core. Oi, what's happening? No right click is working. How come? Some technical issue from my side. Problem with the keyboard. My keyboard. No right click is working. I don't know why. Any memory issue, guys? Any net problem? I'll check, guys. You can make a move. I think some net issue is there. You can make a move. Yeah, now it came. But I don't know. I mean, I accept that.